This short presentation will review the use of adjectives and adverbs. An adjective is a word that describes a noun. An adverb is a word that can be used to describe a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. Adjectives and adverbs are the words that bring your writing to life. They make your sentences more interesting, and they really help your reader with detail. Adjectives in English come before the nouns that they modify. For example, a fat cat or a big bang. Adjectives that describe the subject of a sentence might come after a linking verb. For example, the cat is fat. Adjectives are often used in comparisons, and sometimes they change forms. There are three cases of adjectives: positive, comparative, and superlative. The positive case is used when you're comparing two like things. For example, Mike is as tall as Ty. Here the adjective is the word tall. When you compare two things and you find that one is more of something than the other, that's when we use the comparative case, and you add the suffix er when the adjective is short, meaning usually one syllable. If an adjective is longer, two or more syllables, we add the word more. And here's an example. You can see that these two things are unequal. Last week's test was hard, today's was harder. So one has more emphasis than the other, today's test. Okay, so this is why we use the comparative case. You can see that we've switched from hard to harder. If my adjective is more than one syllable, I'm going to use the word more instead of adding an er. Last week's test was difficult, today's was more difficult. Okay, so what to do when you're comparing three or more things? Then we use the superlative case, and that we form by adding the suffix est if it's a short adjective, or adding the word most when the adjective is longer. So here you can see all three. Last week's test was hard, today's was harder, and next week's will be the hardest. Or, if I have a longer adjective, last week's test was difficult, today's was more difficult, and next week's will be the most difficult. Some adjectives are irregular and don't follow either of those patterns of either adding a suffix of er or est or using the words more or most. And here are some examples. Bad, worse, and worst. Good or well. Better and best. Little, less, least. Much, many. More and most. Okay, so this is what it would look like. Pasta primavera is good, pasta carbonara is better, but pasta alfredo is the best. Okay, those are the three forms of the adjective good. Adverbs are usually easy to identify because they end in the suffix ly. For example, she ran the mile-long race quickly. Make sure to use adverbs and not adjectives after an action verb. For example, this is incorrect. She ran the mile-long race quick. You need to use the adverb quickly. Many people get good and well confused. It's a very easy mistake to make. Good is an adjective that means talented or positive. For example, Michelle is a good singer. Well is an adverb that means skillfully or successfully. Michelle did well in her audition. For more information about adjectives and adverbs, you can visit this website at the OWL at Purdue.